open my eyes again. Leanna is still on the ground. She gasps awake. Or maybe this is happening to all of us, right? And we were sort of there with her, and we helped her realize that this is sort of an illusion or this is all fake. Are you okay? I'm still on my knees, hovering beside her.
I think so.
Leanna lets out a deep sigh.
Happy all of that was just a terrible dream.
Yeah, no shit. I mean, my dream was pretty bad too. She shivers.
I know that's not how it happened, but hearing it was still unnerving.
I get it, I totally get it. I nod. The weirdest part is that I somehow saw her dream and experienced to some degree too, right? She releases a heavy breath.
Thank you.
I nod. Leanna glances around. She must have spotted the others because her face furrows in concern.
Are they okay? What's happening to them?
I think the same is happening to them too, right? Like this was happening to all of us. I managed to, I guess just, you know, realize what was happening, and that's how I sort of broke the illusion. I helped Leanna break her own illusion. I'm not sure what's happening with the others in terms of like if they're handling themselves and if they're realizing it's an illusion or not. I think they're trapped inside their own illusions. When I touched you, I was able to see and hear everything going on. I think we can help them too. She nods, still visibly shaken.
Right.
Let's help him out. I help her stand and then drag our weight over to the others. Zach is the closest. His face is surprisingly calm, as if he was just cuddled up for an afternoon nap. Even so, I feel an impending sense of dread. What kind of illusion is Zach facing? I can't even begin to imagine some of the awful things he must have seen in his past as a mercenary. Yeah, I wonder how far back we're going, right? Like before Zach met us, or is it gonna be a memory after he met us? Are you ready? Leanna nods. Together, we bend down and touch his arm. There's that same low moaning sound, a flash of light. Leanna and I find ourselves at a campsite. A few silver stars wink overhead. The air is cool and calm. Fireflies blink in the distance.
Where are we?
I don't know. This is pretty cool though, that like me and Leanna are now sort of both together inside Zax's quote-unquote dream/illusion. I'm not sure. There's an abrupt roar of laughter. We turn around to see Zach sitting around a fire with a large group of people. They all burst into another wave of laughter, and Zach joins in their merriments. I was expecting something darker, but he's actually happy. This is probably before he met us. My stomach clenches. I feel like this has something to do with like that dude that sort of took him in, that was sort of like a father figure to him, right? I forgot his name, but I feel like this is probably those moments, or moments related to that, to him. I'm not sure if that's worse or not. Zach glances over at a few cards in his hands. He knows the others are also hunched over their own cards.
Damon, do you have any sixes?
That was his name, right, Damon? My heart gives an unpleasant twist.
Oh.
Yep. Worry crinkles between Leanna's brows.
Damon. That's his old mentor.
Yep,
right?
mentor. That was the word. I nod. I remember some of the stories that Zach told me about Damon at the inn. He looks just as humble and strong as Zach describes him to me. Damon chuckles.
Not today, my boy.
Not today, my boy. Zach sighs and begrudgingly takes a card from the pile.
Hey, Zach. You don't happen to have any sixes, do you?
Fuck you, Veer. Zach frowns. Veer chuckles. He has the same bright red hair, but he looks younger here. A few of the marks on his face look fresh, like he got them recently. Zach grudgingly hands over his cards. A grin sprawls across Veer's face. He plays down several matches.
Looks like I win again.
Fuck you, Veer. That's all I can say. Fuck that dude. The others throw their heads back and groan, but they're laughing. Zach shakes his head.
You always seem to win.
'Cause he's a cheater. Zach shrugs, feigning humility.
What can I say? I'm just lucky.
Sure, you call it luck, I call it cheating. Fuck you, Veer. Damon claps a hand over Zach's shoulder.
Maybe next time, Zach.
Zach smiles, looking appreciative. My stomach turns. Zach, this isn't real. Zack pauses. He lifts his head up and turns in our direction.
What's wrong?
He shakes his head.
Nothing. I just thought I heard my name.
This is actually something I wondered when I was like trying to talk to Leanna, right? Can she actually see us, or did she only hear me? So similarly now, can Zack only like hear us, but he doesn't see us? So he was like, hey, what? I heard something. But like, where was that coming from? Because I feel like this is actually going to be harder to convince Zack that this isn't real, because this is something that really happened to him. I mean, similarly with Zack, or with Leanna, that happened to her too, right? But like, something strange happened that was different from reality. Whereas with Zack, that hasn't happened yet, I think? But also, we could never know, because we've never seen this memory before, right? Whereas with Leanna, we saw that same exact moment unfold before our own eyes, right? We experienced that ourselves. So we would know when something changes, or something's different, or something isn't right. Whereas with Zack's memory, we can't. And I'm pretty sure Zack, actually, he actually looks like he's happy now, right? With Damon and Veer, even though maybe Veer might be the point that like would somehow wake him up, like that this isn't real. Veer laughs.
Getting a little crazy there, Zack?
A faint blush dusts his cheeks. He shakes his head.
No, it was nothing.
Leanna frowns next to me. We gotta try harder to get through to him. We gotta try something.
This isn't good. What if he doesn't want to leave the illusion?
Yeah, I feel like it's actually a possibility, right? He's like, I'm happy here. Damon's here, my boy. Hey, dinner's ready. Everyone perks up.
Oh, great. I'm starving.
This is so weird. Zack looks actually happy, right? I mean, in like the last couple episodes, or like ever since we got along with him and he's been dating Kara, it's not like he's been unhappy, but there's a different sense of happiness, right? That we're seeing on Zack's face right now. One of the men passes everyone in the group a bowl of soup. Just as soon as Zack is about to dig in, someone hands Veer a bowl. It's twice the size as everyone else's, and Zack barely blinks an eye.
You've got to eat up there. I can't have my star pupil going hungry.
Star pupil? Wait, that is something different. Wasn't Zack the star pupil of Damon? Veer flashes Damon a bright smile.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's the different part here. Even though I wasn't here for when this all take place, right? I know this because Zack told me that shit, right? So yeah, we know this. We know that that's the thing that sort of is off about that didn't happen in reality. Because that seems to be every single illusion, right? It's based on reality, but then something is not quite exactly how it went in real life. Damon takes a few bites of his soup.
Oh, by the way, Zack, after we're done, you can clean up for the night.
Zack blinks.
Me? But I cleaned up the last 3 times.
Damon smiles, looking apologetic.
Bear needs to have his strength to run point on the Crystal Rail mission tomorrow.
Oh god, is that the mission? Where Damon actually dies? Zack blinks.
Wait.
He's realizing Zack's held breath seems to leave his body.
The Crystal Rail.
Yep. Veer lets out a bitter laugh.
What? Did you think you were running point?
Realization washes over him. Zack's face pales.
That's not...
That's not what happened, right, Zack? Come on, wake up, boy! He shakes his head.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm. Zack looks like he's remembering. Hope flourishing in my chest. Help Zack, let him come to the realization? Ooh, this is actually a tough choice. I don't know what to do here. I felt like in the Leanna, the choice was very clear, right? Because it was either be silent or reach out to Leanna, but it worked out with Leanna. But here you can see that Zack is sort of figuring it out himself, or at least starting to. But he can just as easily, if we pick this option to let him come to the realization, he could just as easily be like, never mind, yeah, and then just shrug it off, right? I feel like we should just stick to helping him. Like this is the thing, right? We're leaving it up to chance whether Zack will snap out of this or not. And if we help him, I feel like we will guarantee it. So we play it safe, right? You ran point to that mission, Zack, not Veer. Veer betrayed you. Yeah, fuck that dude. Zack's brows furrow, I know that he heard me.
I ran point on that mission.
Yep.
What are you talking about?
Fuck you, Ver, that's what he's talking about. Damon raises his eyebrows.
Zack, you're not making sense. We haven't done the mission yet.
Zack's eyes go dark. It's like his very soul has flown somewhere far, far away.
No, we have.
Yeah, realize it, Zack. Come on. His grip tightens around his bowl. Say it. Say the words. This isn't real. Damon's brows crinkle. The others stare at him.
What are you talking about?
He lets out a nervous laugh.
You're starting to worry me.
Zack slowly raises his head. His eyes are bleak.
No,
His bangs cover his eyes.
this isn't real.
Yes, there it is. He's broken the spell. He's broken the illusion. Damon shifts under his gaze. I feel like those are the magical words, right? This isn't real.
What do you mean?
Zack looks up. He seems to have trouble getting the words out.
This was nice, seeing all of you again.
Aww. I mean, this is a time in Zax's past that he sort of treasured, right? And it's nice for him to sort of relive it again in some sense, but yeah. He realizes this is not real, this is not healthy to go through either. The group looks at him, but no one speaks. Zack stands up and brushes himself off.
You're leaving?
Zack nods.
I'm moving forward with my life. I'm not living in the past anymore.
Yes, there we go. Good boy, good boy. He stares down at Damon, and Damon finally smiles.
Take care then.
Always.
A bright light bursts across our eyes. Yep, broken disillusion. It's like a star exploded and filled the entire campsite. I flinch, throwing my arm over my eyes. The heat from the light gradually begins to decrease. I feel it start to dim. And when I lower my arm, a few bright spots blink in front of my nose. It takes a few seconds for my eyes to refocus, and I realize we're back in the temple. Zack groans, slowly hoisting himself up. He rubs his head. There we go. That's 4 out of 6, right? Actually, this whole thing seems to have affected everyone except Pongo, because Pongo kind of woke me up. Unless Pongo himself broke out of this illusion, right? He didn't need my help for this. Leanna's brows crinkle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so Emilia and Kara next, the only two left. Despite what happened, he seems to be at peace. These illusions use our memories. A shiver runs down the length of my spine. How does this place know so much about us? Zack shrugs. He doesn't offer any answers. Yeah, that's the strange part, right? How does this place even notice about us in the first place? Meanwhile, Leanna just seems just as spooked as I am.
I don't know. We'd better help the others before they slip further away.
Yeah. I nod. We walk a little farther down the corridor before finding Kara. Her brown ponytail is sprawled out behind her. Her face is raw, like she's having a nightmare. I'm guessing that hers is gonna have to do with her dad, right? Like it seems like all these illusions sort of pinpoint the sort of regret in their life, or like bad memories, or something, right? That where they have unresolved feeling towards. And to some extent, like Kara had some sense of closure, right? After finding out what happened with her father, but I feel like that's still something that maybe still bugs her to this very day. So I feel like that's probably the thing that's gonna be what her illusion is going to be about. She flinches as we crouch down. I notice Zax's jaw is tight. He reaches out and touches her shoulder, and Leanna and I follow suit. Right into Kara's illusion we go. There's a flash of light. When it fades, I find myself standing between Leanna and Zack inside a small room. Hey, this is actually... this might be a day. I thought that this was like the moment, remember, with the kids, right? At some point in... I think it may have been episode 2, I'm not sure. But it can just be a similar background image.
My decision is final.
Huh? I look up. Zack is standing across from Kara with his arms spread. Or crossed, rather, not his arms spread. Wait, what? I've never seen this before. I glance at Zack beside me and then back to the scene. This is weird, there are 2 Zacks. Is that other Zack an illusion? Kara's eyes shimmer with tears.
What did I do wrong?
What is this?
You know exactly what you did wrong.
Kara's face crumples.
Please, don't.
What the fuck is going on? She crosses her arms, hugging herself.
Please.
I've never seen Kara like this before.
Don't pretend to be sorry now. You deserve to be alone.
What?
What?
The left Zack is like, wow, that other Zack is such an asshole. The real Zack's face curdles into a snarl. Oh, it could be that, like, it took us a bit longer to get into, to reach Kara, right? So maybe in her illusion, we've already reached the point where it diverts from the memory, from reality, from history, right?
You bastard!
That's why this suddenly seems so weird. But yeah, Zack, what the fuck? Other Zack is like, illusion Zack is breaking her heart. He lunges forward and punches the fake Zack in the face. Can he even do that?
Ow!
I didn't know that we could like physically interact with illusions if we're like entering it. God damn, a Zack versus Zack battle. He stumbles backwards, clutching his nose.
What the hell?
Bam, get him, Zack! Real Zack! Fury contorts real Zack's face.
What is wrong with you?
Yeah, what the fuck? Fake Zack?
What? Who are you?
He looks like you. What do you mean, who are you? Zack strikes him again so hard his head reels to the side.
Ow!
Boom, get him, real Zack!
Like hell, I'm gonna let you walk away from the greatest thing that happened in your life.
Holy shit, damn, Zack has never admitted this before. The other Zack rubs his jaw. His eyes stare wide at real Zack. I can see the shock and dismay in them. It's a weird look.
How are you even doing this?
Zack punches him again in response. Pull Zack back. Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself? Don't interfere? I don't know. I feel like... I mean... I don't know. This is a bit of a weird one as well. Like, I feel like generally violence doesn't solve anything, right? But like... The point is that we're trying to make... The goal, at least, right? The goal is that we're trying to make Kara snap out of the illusion, right? And I feel like if we see the real Zack, like, actually admitting these things, saying those things about Kara, and actually defending her, and beating up fake illusion Zack, that might be enough. I mean, 2 Zacks should already be enough to make Kara snap out of this, right? But still, I feel like, just fuck it, this is an illusion. Let Zack just pour out all of his anger onto this illusion and just fuck it, tear him apart. Get him, boy. Go for it. Zack seems to have the situation under control. He doesn't need my help. Right? He just looks at me. Damn, that intense look on Zack's face. Kara blinks.
Wait.
Yeah, there we go. Realization dawns. It seems as though she's just now beginning to process what's going on. She's looking between the 2 Zacks. I can see the cogs turning in her head, piercing everything together. Finally, she smiles. A blush dusts her cheeks.
I'm the greatest thing that has ever happened to you.
Yep. And you're probably gonna never hear this ever again, Kara, so enjoy this moment while you can. A white light shimmers. It blooms and sparkles over the entire area. And once again, we're taken out of the illusion and find ourselves back inside the temple. Boom, there we go. Oh, that was quick. We broke out of Kara's illusion pretty damn fast. Zack growls and swings forward, his fist whistling through the air. He stumbles and rights himself at the last minute. Don't worry, Zack, we're back. Calm yourself.
Where is that guy?
Calm down, dude. He's gone. It was an illusion. He whirls around, searching for him. Damn, he is so pissed. Kara beams. She rushes over and throws her arms around Zack. Zack freezes. Kara snuggles her head into the crook of his neck.
So,
What?
I'm the greatest thing that has ever happened to you.
I mean, if I were Zack, I'd say the exact same thing. Hell yeah. Zax's face flushes ruby red.
I only said that so you'd wake up.
Sure, tsundere Zack. She continues to nuzzle him.
No take backsies.
She's like, finally, he's admitted something romantic. He said something romantic. He turns away, still red, but he doesn't fight out of her grasp. I clear my throat. You guys, we still have to help Amy. Hopefully we're in time, right? Kara blinks, noticing us for the first time, and her expression becomes serious. She steps away from Zack, but not before snatching his hand. He gives her a confused look as she interlocks their fingers.
Come on, let's go find Amy.
Yeah, where the hell is she? I was actually surprised that we went to Kara before Amy, because I sort of thought that we'd be going in chronological order in how we met them, right? Because it kind of went like this. We met Leanna first, we met Zack, then met Amelia, and after that Kara. And that's how it seemed at first, so I just thought like Amelia was next and then Kara last, but I guess Amy is last. We walk a little further along and find Amelia. She's sprawled across the floor. Her face, usually a mask of calm, is twisted with something unpleasant. We don't know that much about Amelia or Amy personally, right? Like, we've met her family, and it doesn't seem like she has any troubles there. I feel like we just don't know enough about Amy personally, that she has any, like, unpleasant memories or, like, regrets in her life or anything like that. So I'm actually curious what she could be having an illusion about. Which memory? I frown, suddenly uneasy. Whatever Amy is going through, it doesn't look good. As soon as I reach out and touch her arm, that same white light engulfs my vision. When it puffs out, I find myself back in Illumia.
This is the inn from Illumia, isn't it?
Yeah. I look around. Yeah. Maybe it has something to do with, like, her age, in the sense that, like, she was more ambitious than her teachers allowed her to be, right? Because she wanted to, she wanted to go on this mission. She kind of, I wouldn't say illegally, but like she went on this mission just without the approval of her teachers and stuff, right, at the academy. So maybe some of her regrets has something to do with that? Yeah.
Greetings.
Holy shit. Oh my god, you can clearly tell that, like, Leanna's eyes, this is, I imagine, fake Leanna, like, illusion Leanna, right? Her eyes look so empty. It's actually creepy. God damn. I whirl around. Amy is standing at the bar talking to Leanna. I blink. Uh-oh, this time there are two Leannas. This is actually a dream come true for me, although I'm dating neither one of them, so god fuck me. Why does Leanna see an illusion of, or why does Amy see an illusion of Leanna? The real Leanna flushes.
I don't know.
Amy doesn't seem to even notice our presence. She continues on.
I am aware of the true location of Ember Mist.
My mind starts racing.
Wait, Ember Mist.
This seems like something that actually happened, right? Like we actually were there? The whole Ember Mist thing? A light bulb goes off in my head. Yeah, this seems like some point in episode 1. This is the day we first met Amy, when she asked to join our group. Leanna nods, looking worried. Why would Amy's trial be something like this?
You're just a kid. You should go back to the academy. It's too dangerous out here for someone your age.
Yeah, see, I knew it was gonna be something like this, like her age or something, right? Like she doesn't like, she's kind of more ambitious than people allow her to be. People just treat her like a kid or don't treat her seriously or as an adult, and she doesn't like that, right? Because she wants to do this shit. And it's kind of sad that you're being held back solely because people view you as, you're just a kid, you're too young, blah blah blah. I mean, obviously depends what you're trying to do, right? But yeah, in this case I feel like what Amy decided to do, to just go on this journey anyway, it was the right decision. But she clearly doesn't like this shit. Amelia turns pink. Someone as young as her? Realization washes over me like cold water. So this is her asking us to go on this mission, right? And then instead of accepting her, we're denying her and saying like, nope, we're not taking you in, Amelia. Everywhere Amy went, she was treated like a kid. The academy didn't take her seriously. Even us as a group are always babying her. To some extent, yeah, that's true. Is this Amelia's worst fear? To always be seen as a child? Okay, now I remember when I sort of said that we may not know enough about Amelia personally. I just think it's how Amelia is, right? She doesn't show her emotions on her face. She is very, her face is just very neutral, right? She doesn't show any emotion on her face. So it's very hard to know when something bothers Amelia and not, right? Or not. Like, it just doesn't show on her face. So it's something she only keeps inside of herself. Like sometimes you can just read on a person's face whether or not they're upset at something or sad at something or happy about something, right? But we can't do that with Amelia. So there may have been moments when she was with us that she was feeling sad or happy, and we didn't notice that much because she doesn't really express it, right? She's always just the same, monotonous, I don't want to say boring, but just the same, you know, just Amy. That's how she is. She's just Amy.
I think you are mistaken about my age. I am a student studying to be a mage caster. I have received top marks in all of my classes.
She has the necessary prerequisites, okay? The fake Leanna laughs, shaking her head.
Aw, that's adorable. Little Amelia gets top marks. Do you want me to give you a gold star sticker?
Wow, damn. She's not in kindergarten, okay? Amelia flinches as if the fake Leanna had just struck her. Pain flashes behind her eyes. I've never seen her look this devastated before. Poor Amy. Aww.
It would be a lot of work to protect you. I don't want to be a full-time babysitter while traveling.
Sheesh, fake Leanna. Fake Leanna's a bitch. Zack frowns as he sees Amy's distress. He shoves Leanna towards her illusion. He's like, you deal with this. I've dealt with my own asshole illusion. Now it's time for you, Leanna, to deal with your fake illusion.
Go out there and punch your fake self in the face!
That's how you solve issues, okay, Zack? You solve issues with your fists. Leanna's gonna do something differently, but I do agree that she should sort of face her fake self. At least that'd be funny.
What?
Go out there, Leanna! She stumbles, catching herself, and comes face to face with Amelia. And I feel like it's also a quick and effective way to make the other person snap out of the illusion, right? Because what better way to make someone realize that this is fake than suddenly seeing the person that you know, suddenly seeing two of them, right? Amelia blinks in surprise.
Why are there two of you?
The real Leanna panics.
You can see me?
Yep.
Yes.
The fake Leanna gives real Leanna a strange look, as if to ask what she's doing there. See? Look at that. You can clearly tell who's real Leanna and fake Leanna just behind their eyes. Real Leanna's eyes look more lively, like there's actually... Those are kind eyes. Fake Leanna looks a fake-ass empty bitch.
Don't listen to this imposter, Amy. You're the one that came out of nowhere. Clearly, you're the imposter.
Damn. Look at this. Real Leanna and fake Leanna showdown. Damn. Amy pauses.
Perhaps this is another trial.
You got it, Amelia. Damn, she caught on quick. She taps her chin in thought.
There is really only one way to settle this.
And what is that? Both Leanna stare at her.
How?
Each of you must attempt a flirtatious encounter.
Are we doing this again? Are we doing this again? Oh yeah. Flirt with me. Flirt with me. We will know who's the real I mean, we know who the real Leanna is, but still, this would be funny as fuck if she's gonna do the hater sailor again. The fake Leanna smirks.
This'll be a piece of cake.
Are you sure about that, fake Leanna?
I refuse!
There we go. There's the real Leanna. Leanna crosses her arms. Of course, real Leanna would be embarrassed as hell. Amelia doesn't even blink. She looks at the real Leanna and nods. She's like, yep, that's the real one.
I am certain of who the real Leanna is, and I will no longer believe the lies of the other one.
Excellent test, Amy. Good job. The white light flashes instantly. It floods the room before fading away. A few seconds later, we find ourselves back at the temple. Our vision refocuses. Leanna looks at Amelia.
How did you guess which one was me so quickly?
Oh, come on. That was easy. That was easy to figure out, Leanna. Kara interrupts before Amy can answer.
Because you're a prude.
A little bit. Leanna's eyes grow wide and she crosses her arms. But that's one of your charms, okay? I kind of like that about you, Leanna.
I am not.
A little bit. Kara snickers. Leanna looks to Zack, who shrugs.
You definitely are.
Oh damn, even Zack's confirming it. She looks at me. I mean, what do you want me to say, Leanna? Are you asking my opinion? She quickly looks away. My chest aches again with a fresh wave of pain. Oh god damn it, I've already forgot. I actually had forgotten that we had like broken up for a second. Because we were like getting a lot. It's just like before, right? This moment with Leanna just now, after we sort of woken her up from her illusion and waking all the other people up, it felt like before. It felt like before we'd broken up. So I just went back to normal mode. We're just like, Leanna's my girlfriend, but nope, we're right back. I forgot about the breakup. So it's, yeah, obviously she's not even gonna ask me because it'd be awkward as fuck. What I wouldn't give to be able to feel her affection once more. I shake my head, shaking away these thoughts. Amelia, who was still on the floor, rises to a stand. She rubs the back of her head in thoughts.
It is most interesting you were all able to join me in the same illusion. Was it the same for the rest of you?
Yep. We nod.
I see.
Yeah, this is weird, right? She still looks a little bit bothered by what she saw in her illusion, but she crosses her arms.
Perhaps it would be best to keep moving. I believe that was a temple trial we just encountered. We must be close to the heart of the temple.
Yeah, I thought that too, temple trial. That's true. Normally, after completing a trial, we'd be sent into the room with the elemental.
Hey, do you guys see that?
This trial just seemed like way more intense, right? Like, in the other... I'm trying to like think back, but like some temples were actually fairly easy, right? I actually don't remember if there was a trial with every single one of them. But like, the previous one, which was, I think the water one, right? Or whichever the one was before this one, that one kind of had a somewhat difficult trial, but this one was way more intense than like all of them combined, I feel. This one was a tough one. She points to a door. The carvings on it are rather intricate. I can see more symbols and elaborate swirls and whirls. It's a deep plum purple, standing out amongst the stone.
Do we attempt to open it?
Zack shrugs.
It's not like there's another option.
Well, let's go. I lead the way to the door and the others follow. Alright, we step through the door. Standing in the center, directly facing me, is the Shadow Elemental. Oh damn. Holy crap. She looks gorgeous. You know what she kind of reminds me of? Or like, maybe it's her pose or like how she's dressed or whatever. She kind of reminds me like assassins in like games or something, right? Like the assassin class or thief class. Now I'm just thinking about MapleStory, but yeah. That's kind of what she looks like to me. Her long hair falls delicately to her back, flowing around her gossamer gown. Her dress hugs her every curve. As I lift my gaze, her violet eyes meet mine. I open my mouth to speak when a gasp interrupts me. The elemental. I glance over at my friends who are frozen in wide-eyed shock. Amy's eyes are the size of saucers. Her mouth is open in silent wonder. I can almost see the questions racing through her mind. Ah, this is actually like, with every single temple, we were the only ones that entered the room, and we were the only ones that saw the elemental, right? So this is the first time for both Amy and all the others that are actually seeing an elemental. Leanna's expression is one more of quiet amazement. She carefully looks the elemental up and down. Zack slowly shakes off his surprise and resumes his usual expression, while Kara doesn't even bother to mask her appreciation. Wait, you can see her?
I sure can. No wonder you went ahead and kissed the last one.
Hey! She kissed me, okay? She kissed me. Always with the jokes. I mean, now it actually doesn't matter because, like, I broke up with Leanna, so, like, funny joke, but, like, Leanna's not gonna be angry at me now, right? Maybe internally, but not outwardly. My gaze darts towards Leanna. She pretends like it doesn't faze her, but she refuses to meet my eyes. Zack claps a hand on my back.
Guess you weren't crazy after all.
I told you, boy! Throughout the whole encounter, the Shadow Elemental's gaze remains on me. As I refocus on her, a smile lights up her face. Her dress shimmers as she takes a closer step.
Child of the other world, you have finally arrived.
Child Child of the other world? I mean, that's me, for sure. Hi, I'm here. Her voice feels familiar, yet strange. It kind of sounds like Amy, right? Or not? Like a sort of... I don't want to say like electronic or like robot-y-esque Emilia, but like maybe it's the same voice actress. I don't know, but yeah, it's a bit weird. Her voice feels familiar yet strange, like a melody I can't quite place. It's quiet yet resounding, delicate but powerful. Holy talking elementals! Be cool, be cool. Act cool, Luda. Oh, so you can talk. That's helpful.
Yes, I can speak.
I'm trying to like crank up the volume so I can actually like... I think it's Amy, right? Cool. You're the first one to talk. None of the other elementals spoke.
Yes, for the safety of Mortalis Terra, they could not.
Is it though? I'm not sure if it's even her, but... or like Amy's voice or whatever, like... whatever, it doesn't even matter, I guess. How come?
In order for us to manifest fully onto Mortalis Terra, it would drain a dangerous amount of energy. Because of that, my sisters have merely projected illusions of themselves to help guide you.
Ah, so they were, your sisters, eh? Could there be a harem dream in this visual novel? So are you an illusion too? She shakes her head and her hair brushes alluringly over her chest.
Shadow energy is in excess here. I came seeking your aid.
Okay. You need my help?
Ether Terra, where I am from, and Mortalis Terra work in conjunction with each other to maintain the balance of energy. When Terrans use energy, it returns to Ether Terra. And when we use energy, it flows back to Mortalis Terra.
Okay.
This is the reason why maintaining the balance of energy is important. It is so both of our planes of existence can live and thrive upon our shared world.
Now let me guess. The balance has been disrupted and only I, child of the other world, can restore balance?
But we noticed an irregularity. Shadow energy was being used less on Mortalis Terra. And as a result, there was less shadow energy available in Ether Terra. But the other elemental energy usage remained unchanged. My people grew increasingly restless at the lack of shadow energy in our world. Some decided to take matters into their own hands.
Void?
Slowly, shadow energy increased in use until it was back in balance with the other elements. And yet, shadow energy continued to grow and grow. And now the imbalance has returned, with the scale tipped to shadow energy.
God damn it! So it was unbalanced before, right? With not that much shadow energy. Shadow energy was actually the one that was the least of. And then now then balance was actually restored, and now it's imbalanced again with the opposite. There's actually too much shadow energy this time. Fucking Void. This 100% Void, of course, right? Void caused it. Void actually solved the situation and then he fucked it again.
That must be because of Void tainting other magic to Shadow.
Yep. Leanna's voice is soft, barely a whisper, but it surprises me nonetheless. The dip in shadow energy they felt in Ether Terra must have been a result of the ban of shadow magic after the Treaty of Azaria, and a spike must have occurred after Void began tainting spheres. Yeah, that makes sense. For the first time, the shallow elemental's gaze slides over to Leanna, who falls quiet, uncertain under scrutiny. So it seems like that there are sort of these two worlds, right? Mortalis Terra, which is kind of the mortal plane. I mean, that's why it's called Mortalis, I suppose, right? It's the mortal planes where all the humans live, right? And then you have Ether Terra, where like all these elementals live, apparently, right? I'm guessing they're not the only ones there. But these two worlds have to sort of be in balance, right? In order for both of them to coexist and remain and blah blah blah, right? For everything to be fine in the world. And they're dependent on each other, right? If something goes wrong in Terra, then or Mortalis Terra, then it affects Ether Terra in some way too. But it seems like the Mortalis Terra, the people weren't aware or aren't aware at all that like Ether Terra exists and that this balance needs to remain, right? Because otherwise they wouldn't have banned shadow magic, I imagine, right? Because a policy like that apparently has influenced Ether Terra, right? I imagine that if Shadow or Mortalis Terra knew that banning shadow magic would cause an imbalance, then they wouldn't do that, right? Because they're indirectly endangering themselves too with that ban alone. So I imagine that then the choice would be to regulate it more carefully, but whatever, right? Yeah. So it seems like if they just tell the people of Mortalis Terra, educate them like, hey, there's this other side of your world that it's connected to. We're dependent as well. We need to coexist with each other. So don't ban shadow magic. Just chill out with the shadow magic. Keep everything in balance, and we can all live in peace, right? I feel like if they just tell the people that Ether Terra exists and that they need to indeed just keep everything balanced, then like everything will be cool, right? I hope. But yeah, goddamn. Or maybe they weren't allowed to tell, I don't know. The shadow elemental smiles softly. Her gaze continues to Zack and then Kara, but lingers on Amy.
You have a strength and ability much greater than your age.
Wow, damn, she recognizes Amy? Or her talents at least? Damn, Amy, damn, look at you getting praised by the shadow elemental. Amy continues to stare in awe. Damn, she's too awestruck to speak. The shadow elemental smiles reassuringly. A gentle silence falls over us as I contemplate all she just said. This isn't what I was expecting.
Time is of the essence. I should not remain here much longer, but I'm sure you have questions.
Oh yeah, tons. My mind races with questions. There's an elemental and she's not from here, and she's talking to me. That in and of itself is a lot to wrap my head around. I take a deep breath and force myself to calm down and collect my thoughts. What is Ether Terra? What are you? I'm imagining that these are all the questions that I can ask, right? So let's start from the beginning. What is Ether Terra? You said you're from Ether Terra, but where is that?
It's on Terra, but on a different plane of existence.
It's just sort of like how people, if there were ghosts, that like that's how people would sort of imagine that they would exist, right? That they live on the same planet, but we just simply don't see them, right? I feel like that's usually how people, if there are people that believe in ghosts, that's how they would think it works, right? That we share the same planet, same space, right? But it's just something that we can't see. If you've seen like Insidious movies, like the horror movies, right? It's kind of similar like that, maybe, or like some other like ghost horror movies, right? Where it's always just like we share the same space, but like we can't see them, except when it's like there's just special circumstances, right? Which in this case is happening right now. But yeah, it's just sort of like there's one planet Terra, but you have a sort of not shadow, but like ghost world and a human world. They both live on this planet, but they just can't see each other. They don't see each other. Or maybe the ghosts see us, but we just don't see the humans, just don't see the ghosts. But yeah, that's what it seems like is the case. I furrow my brows. I'm confused, I see. Yeah, I get it. That explanation makes enough sense to me. Alright, it's good. I mean, it's good enough for me. Maybe I should have picked the other option just to like double check whether I was correct about it or not. That's how I think it is, and it makes sense to me. What are you? What is an elemental? She delicately cocks her head.
Your titles are not the same as ours. I'm not familiar with elementals.
Oh, then what is your title? That's the term that Terrence used to refer to you.
Oh.
A smile plays at her lips and she runs her fingers through her hair playfully, or thoughtfully rather.
Elemental. I like it.
You like it?
I am the Shadow Magistrate. As such, it is my responsibility to maintain the balance of shadow energy flow between Mortalis Terra and Ether Terra, and to balance the shadow element among the other elements.
Yeah, I like elemental better than magistrate. That's quite interesting. She smiles. I can understand why Terrans view the elemental as deities, but it sounds like that's not the case. They're more akin to societal leaders. So every elemental is just sort of in charge of their own elements, and their I guess their mission, their goal is to just try and maintain the balance, right? So the shadow elemental is in charge of keeping the shadow magic balanced. Similarly, the water elemental and the earth elemental, the fire elemental, they're all in charge of their own respective elements, and to make sure that the balance remains of their element, yeah. What are the temples in their trials? If Terrans built these temples for you, why do the temple trials exist? Or maybe at some point that like these elementals were here in the world and people could actually see them, because like indeed these temples were built for them, right? So to some extent, the mortals, the humans, the mortalis Terrans were aware of the existence of the elementals slash the what was it called? The other Terra.
Every elemental energy type is manipulated in a different way. The trials are created by us and tailored to determine the capacity one has to handle that energy.
So did I pass?
The trials are implemented and watched over by the Guardians. They ensure the integrity of both the trials and the participants.
I remember the Firefox at the Fire Temple, but where were the other Guardians? How come I didn't see all of the Guardians at each temple?
The Guardians do not always appear. Some do not wish to be seen, but all are present within their temple.
Okay. I remember the trial in the Water Temple. I wondered if that imitation Amy was actually the Guardian in disguise. Yeah, that's what I mean, right? I don't remember all of them like having trials per se. The water one for sure. I see. She nods. Why me? That's a good question. Why was it you? Or was it you who brought me to Terra?
Yes.
Damn, so she had the power to move me from Earth to here, or bring me from Earth to Terra. Why did you pick me?
We sensed the fortitude of magic ability on the parallel world was significantly stronger than here on Terra. So my sisters and I opened the rift to that world.
Damn, they just snatched me away from the other world, a parallel world. But why?
The humans from that world, your world, have a capacity for magic that is unseen here on Terra.
Wow, how fucking ironic that in our world, we have a huge capacity for magic, but magic doesn't even exist there. How is that possible? Earth has no magic. She shakes her head. Wait, Earth has magic?
I do not have the answer to that.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, are you trying to tell me that all the magicians that came to my 5-year birthday party when I was 5, that those are actually real? Are you telling me they really made that bunny appear out of that hat? What if magicians are actually real, huh? And we're just making fun of it? That surprises me. I guess the elementals are not as all-knowing as I expected. They have their limitations too. I imagine that they're like, it's mostly like strictly mainly about Terra, right? But this is sort of the one time where they sort of what do you call it? Exercise their power outside of their domain? I feel like that's how it is, right? Their domain is mainly Terra, whether it's Ether Terra or like Mortalis Terra. It's just Terra. But they just sort of, this was dire straits, right? It was dire circumstances, so they had to reach out of their own world, go outside of their domain to try and find a solution, which was just me from another parallel world, and like, alright, we'll take that boy, he's gonna solve our problems. But why did you choose me specifically? Did I just got lucky? Did I win the jackpot or something? She looks at me.
We hoped that a champion from your world would help us, and so you traveled through the rift.
I mean, I'm certainly a champion, that's for sure. So it was purely by chance that I was chosen. Wow. Literally like I just fucking won the lottery. How did you know that I would come and collect energy? You were waiting for me. How did you know I'd come here to go to any of the temples?
We believed that you would naturally find the areas of high energy concentration, if only to find a way to return home.
So they knew, yeah, they pretty much just knew that this was what's gonna happen, right? Or at least expected it.
My sisters tried to guide you as much as they could.
How? I guess it was just lucky that we encountered Void and pieced together what was going on. Yeah, imagine that. Like, they brought me to this world and they just kind of figured that this was gonna happen, but what if I just never picked up on this stuff, right? That this was happening in Void and even the elementals, and I just like happily lived together with Leanna, or maybe just an entirely other random chick in another town who had nothing to do with mage or mage casters or whatever, and just lived happily ever after. Or rather, up until this world was going to be doomed, because I was supposed to come here to save it, and I just never did it. I just got lazy. I was like, you know, I got a girlfriend, I'm fine living here now. I don't need to save this world, fuck that. How did you know I'd help you, even after learning about Void?
We had faith in you.
Wow, faith is all it was, huh? Blind faith. Well, that was risky. A little bit, it could have just gone like, I don't care about this. But yeah, of course I'll help. And here I am. Your faith was well put. Of course, because I'm a champion. She nods. That's all I need to know for now. We should get moving and stop Void. Leanna stirs gently beside me, reminding me of her presence. I'd forgotten they were still there. It makes sense that they remained quiet to let the Shadow Elemental explain. Kara steps forward.
Sorry to interrupt, but how come we can see you?
Yeah, because I feel like... I don't know if it was that only I think in some of the temples, only I entered the room and interacted with the elementals. And... Or in some, someone was with me and they just didn't see the elemental. I think that happens sometimes too, right? But maybe because this time, back then it was an illusion of the elementals. This is actually like physically the elemental herself right now, right? The shadow elemental. The shadow elemental turns to face her. Her hair floats behind her before falling back in place.
In this manifested state, I exist in your plane.
She's not an illusion, that's why. Kara digs an elbow into Zack.
And someone here didn't believe the elementals were real.
Proved you wrong, Zack. He crosses his arms.
Yeah, well, someone also told us Void would be here, but I haven't seen them anywhere.
Oh, they're on their way. You're right, it's been quiet.
If they aren't here, then where would they be?
I don't know.
Besides this location, I can sense one other area with a strong congregation of shadow energy.
Oh, that's where they are. Tell me, where is it? Amy nods, finding her voice again.
Perhaps that is where Void is located.
Oh, that seems like certain.
Is it nearby?
The elemental shakes her head. Oh god, more traveling.
No, but I can send you where you need to go.
Like instant transmission? Teleportation? Let's go. By opening a rift? She nods. Damn, so easy. Remember how I said back when with like all the Leanna troubles about our relationship and like blah blah blah? That if we were to go back home it would only be a one-way trip? What if we just strike a deal with these elementals, right? That if we ever want to go back every now and then, they will make like a deal, like okay, once every 5 years we'll just travel back between Earth and Terra, and they will just create the rift for me, allowing me to go back and forth between Earth and Terra. I feel like that would be... I don't think that's that unreasonable of a request, unless... because it seems that the elementals can just easily create these rifts. But that's what it seems like. It could be that it actually takes them like... it takes years off of their life, or maybe it actually costs them a significant amount of energy and power to be able to create a rift. But if not, if it's that easy for them, I feel like it's an easy compromise to make, right? That could actually be a solution to save the relationship between Leanna and me. But I feel like I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. First, we need to defeat Void, right? Before we can even think about our future with Leanna and what I'm gonna do, go back to Earth or stay on Terra or travel back and forth, blah blah blah. Let's defeat Void first, or deal with them. Maybe she can send me home now, don't say anything. Fuck that, I'm not gonna go home now, let's defeat Void. It's pretty helpful that she can open a rift. The elemental reaches out her hand. For a moment, nothing happens, but then a small purple hole the size of a pea tears open into space in front of us. It eats the surrounding space until the opening is large enough for a person to fit through. I stare in awe as the jagged fabric of reality falls around it. The rift opens is the rift opening is a rich lavender with no indication of where it leads. It feels ominous and familiar. My friends look stiffly at the rift, distrust and hesitation in their eyes. Only Amelia looks intrigued and excited about it. I mean, it's pretty scary, right? Like, we've believed everything that... I mean, I don't think the elemental's, like, lying to us, but there's a possibility that, like, this rift could lead something entirely different, right, than what she's saying.
The balance of the elements must be restored. We're counting on your help.
I'll do my best, I guess. How come you don't come with us?
This temple has a tremendous amount of energy. It's safe for me to manifest here for a brief time, but I cannot manifest elsewhere, lest it cause irreparable harm to Mortalis Terra.
Ah, so they can't just show anywhere they want on Mortalis Terra. There are apparently rules attached to it, or it would have consequences. As she said, like irreparable harm. Damn. Emilia steps up to the rift, but the elemental stops her. She faces me again.
There is something I must give you first.
Me or Emilia? She steps towards me, her dress billowing behind her. She reaches out her hands. Before she touches me, Leanna pulls me away.
Hold on.
What are you doing, Leanna? What? The shadow elemental remains frozen. Her eyes are expressionless as they land on Leanna.
You've seen the kind of damage shadow magic can do. Are you sure it's safe for you to accept that?
Right. You know what I feel like? I feel like most of you have probably seen Avatar, like The Last Airbender, right? That's what I feel like. I feel like the Avatar, right? We've taken on like all 4 elements, and now there's an extra element, apparently shadow magic, or shadow element, which wasn't in... I'm pretty sure there were only 4 in Avatar, right? It's been so long since I watched Avatar The Last Airbender, but I loved watching that shit. But yeah, like, I kind of feel like that, right? Where I'm like the chosen one that has power of all the elements, and I can use them all combined and all that shit, and now I'm taking on shadow magic too. But yeah, shadow magic is sort of the darker one, the one that might even be the strongest, but also has the most, what's the word I'm looking for? The most possible, like, negative side effects or something like that, right? We've seen the kind of damage that shadow magic can do because of Void, but that's because it's in the hands of bad people, right? If it's in the hand of me, the Avatar, Luda the Avatar, then like, obviously I'm not gonna do anything bad with it.
Shadow magic on its own does not do harm, as is the same with any element.
I agree, right? I agree. It's not the shadow or the elemental itself or the magic. It's whoever uses that magic, right? How they use it. That's where the harm comes, whether people use it for good or bad.
But the corruption it can cause.
I put a hand on Leanna to reassure her. It'll be no different than when I absorbed any other element. Everything will be fine. Her brows are still creased with worry, but she nods and steps back. The shadow elemental places her palms around my face. Her initial touch is like getting hit with a snowball, an icy impact which fades into nothingness. A smooth stream of energy pours into me, soft as silk and as cold as ice. It freezes my bones, darkening my spirits. My teeth begin to chatter and my body shakes. Damn, ooh, this is a lot of power. I can feel it. My vision clouds as wave after wave of energy forces itself inside me. Oh yeah, get inside me. They cling to me and twist and crawl within me. I feel numb, yet my senses are heightened. It runs through my veins, weightless, but present like a shadow. Everything ceases as once when she breaks contact. I jolt back, blinking my eyes until my vision returns. She seems more translucent than before. She's disappearing, or rather she's entered me. Leanna rushes over to me.
Are you okay?
I'm fine, I think. Yeah. I turn back to the elemental. Thank you. She nods.
I have done all I can. The rest is up to you.
I'll solve this shit. Don't worry, Luda. Avatar Luda to the rescue. My friends also look back at the elemental.
You can count on us to help.
Let's do this together as a team, as we've done everything so far on this journey.
Thanks for all your help.
Yeah, thanks.
I wish time was not so urgent. I have many questions I wish to ask of you. but I thank you for all you've done for us.
Maybe another time, Amy. The shadow elemental nods and indicates the rift.
Please proceed with haste.
Let's go. Let's go, guys. I hesitate, staring into the brightness. What happens if I walk through here? Emilia confidently steps through the rift. Damn, just this blind confidence in the shadow elemental.
Amy!
Damn, she gives no shit. Zack is right behind her heel and Kara races after him. Only Leanna and I remain. I mean, I understand that Zack and Kara and Leanna are like very cautious about it, right? I'm kind of cautious about it too. Like, just the idea of stepping into a rift and like ending up somewhere possibly different, another location entirely, it's a little scary, but yeah, we gotta do this, right? Because it's time for us. It's time for us to save the world. Let's save Terra. She looks over to me as I meet her gaze. I nod when she returns. She runs through, stealing my nerves. I follow Leanna into the rift. Let's go! The brightness surrounds me, engulfing me until it's all I can see. The muted silence is deafening. My blood races through me, but I can barely feel the adrenaline. I feel like I'm suspended in crackling, electric air. My legs wade through the light. It's thick and heavy. As I'm wading through water, time seems to slow, and yet an instant later, I stumble out of the light and into a forest. When I turn back, I catch one last glimpse of the shadow elemental. She waves goodbye before the rift closes behind us. Bye-bye, shadow elemental. I shall do you proud. I shall save Terra.